I'm not even sure. Camille ban's okay, but blue side Camille, that's just kind of more of a hate ban since they're blue side. And they banned Aurelia, which I think is really weird because I don't think Impact would ever play Aurelia, and only Jensen would play Aurelia. Plus, I think that Aurelia is a counterable champion as well, but I don't know. I don't think that you should ban Aurelia against TL. So I just think that already is like an incorrect ban. And then also they banned Aatrox as well, which is an okay ban, but I think on this particular patch, since they nerfed him and stuff, I also think that Aatrox is a less of a power pick than this meta. I think on this particular patch, after watching the LCK games and also like the Griffin games, I think Akali takes priority over Aatrox, and also Urgot takes priority over those champions. So I think like the hierarchy of bans when it comes to those like trio picks goes like Akali and Urgot, or like you could probably like trade out either, but Aatrox is like a sub part of that. So I don't really think that they should. So basically I think that like all their blue side bans were kind of like worthless. So yeah, if any, yeah, I don't know. And then so they banned Cassio and Lucian. Like if I were 100 Thieves right here, I think taking Urgot is fine, but I also think that Akali is really high priority too. So like this pick, you either take Akali or you take, I guess you can take Urgot. I think both are fine. You can take Urgot or Akali here. Yeah. But yeah. So then like they pick Akali. I don't even really know what beats Akali if it's played well, to be honest. Like Galio got nerfed. Yeah, who he should just say. Okay, let me look this up. Games of Legends. What does Akali usually lose to? I think LeBlanc is one of the good matchups, if I remember right. But Akali will eventually win the side lane, so it's like it says Akali loses to Lissandra, Urgot, Zoe. Actually, it says an even matchup with Urgot. 50-50, it says. So basically, Lissandra's the best matchup. Huh. I almost feel like... Isn't Urgot good against Sion? So shouldn't they have just put Sion against Urgot here and then picked Lissandra and put that against this bitch and then picked like Ezreal right here, which is really good against Assassins also? Wouldn't that have been like a really good like three-way pick ban here thing? I mean, that's fine if they want to pick Braum. They can do that too, but if I were them, I would fucking pick Urgot and then I'd do Lissandra Ezreal right here and be like, boom! Give it to me, baby. Because Ezreal's just the best ADC right here. Like, what's better than Ezreal? Ezreal's good against Xayah. Ezreal's also good against Draven if they decide to pick Draven. He's just the best ADC at this point. And there's tons of jungles open. So you can play Nocturne, you play Lee Sin, you play Olaf, you play Sejuani. Like, there's tons of jungles open. I think picking the Victor here is just troll. Like, I don't even think Victor, like, really beats Sion. I don't think Victor beats Akali. So, like, why would you snap pick something that doesn't beat the two picks that they show? It's not like they're going to pick Victor. Like, if they pick, where are they going to put Victor at? Like, they literally just show both of their solos. Like, I mean, I know it's Victor ADC, but I'm just trying to say it's like, how does this pick make any sense, like, at this part of the draft? Do you think Double Lift is going to be like, damn, I need to get that Victor here real quick? Do you think that they're going to ban Victor? Like, if they ban Victor, who cares? Like, I know Bane can play other shit. I just think that this 2-3 here is, like, really bad. I think that the 1-2 from Team Liquid is... I think picking the Akali is fine. Picking the Sion's kind of troll, but I don't think they want to, like, get their third pick pinched. So, this is, like, an okay drafting way if they want to show their bot lane later. But, this is, like... Picking your solos just like this should be punishable, in my opinion. So, like, let's look up the stats for... So, by the way, this is the website I'm using to look at the stats. Games of Legends. We look up Sion. What does Sion lose to? Urgot. It's an equal or losing matchup. Wow, so you already have the champion that's good against both of their champions. Wowzers. Really? So, that's the case. If you already have the champion that's good against both of their champions, and you have a potential champion that could beat Akali into the ground, you can see it has a 27% win rate against Akali. I mean, Akali has a 27% win rate against this champion. Why would you not just pick the Lissandra? Also, who he has not been playing very well. So why wouldn't you just fucking pick something that's like really easy to play? Yeah, anyways, that's enough about that part. So, I think this... I mean, I know you guys see me like tweeting and stuff, but like this is some of like the boosted draft stuff that I'm talking about, where people... Basically, like, I feel like people aren't trying to win the draft. Even though there's like clear like mistakes that people are making in the draft. So then they pick Lee Sin, right? That's fine. Like, he wants to secure his pick. They wouldn't have picked Lee Sin if they picked differently here, but yeah. So let's say we're just gonna go with their drafting method here. So they pick Lee Sin, then they ban Gragas because they probably don't want to play Lee Sin or this guy against that. So even still at this point, you can still save the draft with like what you have, and you can pick Nocturne Lissandra right here because Team Liquid like failed to ban the correct things. Like, this is an easy Nocturne Lissandra here, and yeah, even though like Nocturne's like not as good against Zyra Khan, you still have targets that you can kill and stuff like that. I mean, you don't even have to go. Still think you go Lissandra, and then if you want to go a damage jungler, there's, I don't know, man. I don't like Sedge. I think Sedge is really good if you're gonna go a melee mid or something like that, or some type of DPS. But they didn't do that either in this draft. I think so. I'm gonna explain how like NA people draft. So basically, this I saw this 3 times today. I saw this in the FlyQuest game. I saw that in Olaf into Lee is not Lee beats Olaf. That's not a good matchup. But I saw this 3 different times today in the drafts for NA. I saw the this draft where basically what happened is they were really, you can see like the way they picked, like when they snap picked the Victor, that's because they're like, we need AP bottom, and then they're like, because they want to make the Yorick work, right? Like this whole draft, they're like trying to force the Yorick in there at all costs. So that's why they picked this, is because they're like, all right, we need an AP champion to play bottom. Like, bang, what AP champs do you play bottom? And it's like, I play Victor. It's like, all right, nice, we got the Victor. And they're like, oh, we got all the pieces for our super Yorick split push comp. And then they just like fucking force this Yorick in here in like the 4th pick, and they're like, we got him. Look, we did it. They never saw the Yorick coming, idiots. And it's like, wait, your team comp just sucks ass. So it's like, I mean, granted, they can win with this team comp if he plays this game better, or if like bot lane doesn't die early. But it's just like, this is such a forced draft, and the same thing happened with the Draven pick, with FlyQuest as well. So it's just really silly stuff. So I don't know, but that's like basically how they drafted this shit. Would Vlad have been a better ADC? I mean, I just think they shouldn't have forced. They should have just played Ezreal, dude. Dude, do you know how annoying it is to play Ezreal? Like, imagine, okay, picture this team comp. This is Ezreal Braum. This is Nocturne Lissandra. And this is Urgot top. I'd be like, damn, that's a scary team comp, man. Like, I don't want to play. Oh, every lane has CC and kill pressure and scaling. Jesus. That's scary. You know, I like wouldn't want to play against that. But then I look at this team comp and I'm like, Victor Braum. I don't see the synergy. I guess like you can Braum ulti him into the Victor W or something, and then I don't know if Yorick can ever take a turret in front of Sion after a certain point. And Sejuani has no pressure early. Also, I think that the jungle path that so this is an interesting jungle route that's Smithy did. I saw this jungle route. So Smithy did so he got leashless red, right? And then he looped all the way around to dodge the ward. I haven't seen anybody else doing this, by the way. This is actually a very interesting path. So he looped all the way around, got the scuttle. They see him on the scuttle though, which is kind of interesting, but it's kind of late. So he gets the Scuttle. So right here, the weird thing about this is, so they ping him on the Scuttle right here, right? So the moment that this is pinged, you have the option of either trying to trade bot side and trade the sides of the map, or you can go here and try to contest Lee Sin on the blue buff, right? But so see, the problem with this is that if you look at the map, there's really not any prio on the top side, and there's no prio. It's equal prio on bot side, if equal or losing, because they had to pull, right? So that's why a lot of these champions for the jungle matchup are kind of really weird for me. So the moment that they pinged Lee, like he Qs on this thing right here, the moment they see him right here, he should just go do that bot river scuttle, because like this lets this bot lane know that they can push for level 2. It looks like the wave is like kind of equal, so I don't even think that Double Lift and Core JJ are gonna come up here because they have mid prio. So this is actually bad jungling by Anda. So I think probably is fine. You have to realize like a coach works within the limitations of their team. So the Lee Sin ended up going back to doubles here, and then Lee Sin actually ends up getting his whole top side. And I'm pretty sure he gets this bot scuttle too, which is really weird. Because they had the bot priority here. So this is just like, I don't know. I just thought it was unusual that Lee Sin got both the scuttles in this situation. That actually, it's actually kind of like pretty bad for the Sejuani. Because one of Sejuani's greatest strengths as a jungler right now is that she does scuttles insanely fast. So yeah, so Lee Sin is like gonna get a faster level 6 than him. I actually think Smithy pulls out pretty far ahead in the jungle farming here in this game too. If you actually like track and like look at what he's doing this whole game. And so, on top of that, Sejuani also hits slower level 6. So he's gonna go up here and ward this. He does the double wards. This is pretty common. I like when people do this. And then he's gonna try to do Gromp. And so this is really weird for me mid. So he TP's mid. Now he needs to get mid prio for the Scuttle, and top needs that prio for the Scuttle. Like, I actually think that they should probably fight this Scuttle. So it's like, I'll show you the I'll basically, hold on, I'll talk about the bottom thing, but I wanted to explain the jungle thing. So the importance of like why this Scuttle situation is so big, and the reason it's actually a snowball thing that compounds throughout the game. So if you recall, like Smithy is one Scuttle up on Anda, and Anda is now level 4 to level 5, right? And Lee Sin has double longsword and smite. If you look at Anda's items, right now he should have at least a ruby crystal at the very least, and or even like a bombies. So you can see he can't actually fight for this top Scuttle. So remember what the original goal was for the York, right? The York needs to be able to take over early. And you need to be able to get priority and pressure with him. So due to Smithy's early pathing and taking the original first Scuttle, as well as Sejuani going and doing the greedy route for the Raptors, like, we'll go back and explain it, and then we'll come back to this. So let's go all the way back to the original thing. A traditional Sejuani route coming from red would be do red and then go immediately to top Scuttle. So imagine if Sejuani didn't go didn't do the Raptors here, right? And he's walking. He'd be right here. He'd be here right when the Scuttle spawns. And then now you have Lee Sin and Sejuani staring at each other, right? So Urgot's going to have priority on Akali early. He's also level 2 first. And on top of that, Yorick should also be able to get like some similar priority. So you can actually create a situation where you can fight over the Scuttle. And you could say Lee Sin is stronger than Sejuani in a level 2 scrap, but that's not actually true. Lee Sin with a melee top laner that can come down, or with like this guy that can come, you can actually stack a lot of CC on Lee Sin and kill him. Like Lee Sin doesn't really get strong until level 4, like probably level 5, or until he has longsword. So they could have pushed Lee Sin off this Scuttle, got in the Scuttle, and then forced Lee Sin into going into like a different area. But instead he like does a greedy path. And then so we'll fast forward that, and I want you to watch how Yorick plays the lane phase now, right? So remember that like lane that he should be kind of like playing more aggressive and having control of? He has to play back because he has no Scuttle on top. So the lane that should have been their priority, he doesn't actually get the priority until they know that Lee Sin, so they hit the plant, they see him there, until they like see Lee Sin coming down here, and then they push the wave out. So Yorick didn't actually get to play the lane how he wanted to play the lane. And then you could fast forward to the second Scuttle. Because remember, Lee Sin got both Scuttles. So now like you have level 4 Sejuani against level 5 Lee Sin, right? So because he has that level disparity, they can't fight for the Scuttle. So they can't actually use their mid and top priority to like do what they want to do. So basically, Smithy's jungle pathing combined with the fact that Ando jungle path badly created a situation where... Wait, why did he even give this up? Wait, Smithy could have like 100% got this. Okay, actually, Smithy fucking trolled here. Wait a second. Oh, actually, no, Jensen trolls here too. I like just did this entire fucking speech thing in both Jensen and I wish I could see how much money he has. Is he trying to save money for Bilge? Because basically, look at this situation, right? So, no. So look at this situation, right? Both of these people fucked up. So look at it, look at it. So they should know that that Scuttle is coming up, right? If you look at it, who he does his base, Jensen should match the TP and then match the Scuttle priority. So if you look, Jensen greeted the fucking mid wave. And then he bases. And then Sejuani gets free Scuttle. What is that? Wait, TL's just boosted, dude. Tarzan would be like, bitch, Chovy! Why don't you recall? I don't know if they actually win with Urgot level 6 though. Was Urgot level 6 for that Scuttle? Ooh, they both would have been 6. But it would have been a level 4 Sejuani. I think they win that. He has double longswords too. Wait, they should have... Wait, Jensen actually greeted this shit so fucking hard. TL could have snowballed their lead. So basically, if you want to know like why like NA and shit sucks or whatever, and they go to Worlds and shit like that, and then they just get fucking shit on. I mean, it doesn't matter if he has Ignite. It's like these types of situations where, like, it's just this type of shit. Like, you could take this fight, and you could snowball so hard here. Like, a level 4 Sejuani with no Ruby Crystal, or no health items, trying to contest a Scuttle into a double longsword Lee Sin, and a top laner that has Prio is about to hit 6 and can ulti down there. And you should have equal priority level 6 versus level 6 mid laner. That's actually so boosted that they didn't fight that. But anyways, I guess the 1 level down, 700 gold down jungler gets to get the Scuttle. Which makes no sense at all to me. And Jensen gets pushed and chunked out of lane too. So like it also creates this... You also can go back and see the situation. So during this time, Jensen TP'd into lane and then got chunked by the Urgot too and got shit on. There's nothing to prioritize over Scuttle in this situation, in my opinion. It's a matter of like snowball, like leveraging your advantage and snowballing. So like if you... Yeah, they're just not leveraging every advantage they have. But anyways, we'll move on to the next thing. And we can watch that bot fight where they die. And I think we just saw this on like the replay thing. No, it's not about Lee wanting to go. Like, it's the laners that have to be ready to go to Scuttle. I mean, this is just Bang just trolling here. Like, he just walks up into the feathers here and he just gets fucked. Castro, thanks for subbing, dude. Welcome to try my own friend. So yeah, he just like walks up and gets feathered like an idiot, and he doesn't have combat summoner, and then he just fucking dies. Yeah, and during that time, they also got mid gank off too. You hate to see it, man. Huh. Okay, so now Smithy's level 6, and he has level experience over Anda, and also Lee Sin is one of the junglers that can do dragon solo very easily. So just looking at how the position of the map is right now, Lee Sin at any time can go and just do dragon like by himself, just because he has bot priority and mid is equal priority. So once he clears these wards out, he can pretty much just do dragon anytime he wants. And then they also see Sejuani on the top side here, going for the top Scuttle, or going for the top camp. So the moment they see this, they just know that they're free to get an Infernal Drake. just off their bot prio. You never understand the sealed spellbook? Just for cross-map plays and things like that. It's actually okay. You can either take Guardian or you can take Unsealed. Both are fine. It's actually pretty big. Yorick used his first ultimate and he didn't even get any plates off of that. So that's actually kind of bad by Someday to do that. And it looks like they're... So right now... yeah, so they have mid priority. So, and they also have bot priority. So they're trying to like start skirmishes over these camps. Well, they don't really want to fight because I'm pretty sure they lose, but they're just trying to like sneak the camps and things like that and challenge. And Smithy is also just trying to find out where Sejuani is. So Sejuani right now is level 6. And if you, in this matchup, like Lee Sin or versus any Sejuani matchup, if you can stuff her first ultimate to where it's not like going to get a massive like double kill or like plates or anything like that, then you can win the matchup like super easily. So basically you see that they know that Sejuani is pathing into the bot side. You can look at all the vision they have with the pink here and the tri-brush ward. There's like almost zero chance that the Sejuani is going to be able to sneak into play. So pretty much they just get to play bot however they want. And then they should also assume that when Sejuani is going to go into the top side. So this is a dangerous situation for Impact because they know that the wave is pushed. So I just want to kind of explain like what he's doing here. So he has top prio. So you see all the people in solo queue, like when they have this top prio, they just try to hit the turret like an idiot. But since they know that Sejuani's not making the bot play through all this vision they have, Impact's like first thing that he's going to want to do is he's going to want to use this priority to like put a ward down in here and get vision. And if they can get vision and spot where Sejuani is, or if even walks and sees her, then they know like where everybody can do on the map. So you can see here he sees him. And he does have to flash for this. I think he might even die here. Yeah, he actually ends up dying for it, but he is doing the right thing. Like, even though he did die in that situation, it was just kind of like a really unlucky circumstance. So I think like what Impact doing here is correct. But yeah, so like the moment he sees this guy, and then he flashes, and then, I mean, if he goes down to the right, he's going to die here too. He's just dead no matter what, but he is doing the right thing. But the good thing about this is you can see like the triggering effect. So the moment that Impact sees him, so you can see the moment Impact sees him, Lee Sin gets triggered, and it's like, now we know that we can go all in on bottom. And Smithy's just going to hang out down here and like put a lot of pressure on them. And they could bring down Akali if they want to as well. So you can see that Huhi actually goes up here to stuff the play. And he loses priority because of it. I think that this is incorrect by Huhi here. So look at the situation. So this is Huhi's this is one of the key mistakes that I see Huhi do a lot. He doesn't understand like the seesaw effect of priority and no, the seesaw effect of junglers. So the moment that they see Sejuani top, I mean they see Sion here and they make the play on him, who he thinks in his mind is that I want to come into this play and try to like do something, right? So he has two options here. He can go help on this play and make sure to secure the kill. Or he actually has three options. You can try to secure the kill. He can hard push mid and keep Akali pinned into turret and try to like leverage his priority in that way and get plates on the turret and like try to get that kind of gold, which is a completely acceptable thing to do. Or he can start walking down here, clearing out all this vision and threatening that he's going to come and block this play. So I think that the choice he makes is incorrect, trying to go help the play. I think that he should have either hit the plates or gone down here and cleared all this vision if possible. But you can kind of see like the repercussions of his poor choice. So he goes up here. The play doesn't get stuffed because they're not scared. Basically, Urgot would have been like down here on that where the doubles ward is already. He would have been like, look how low these people are right here in this situation. Imagine if Urgot was here. Do you like look at these people's health? Like imagine on this dive if Urgot was here. They wouldn't even go for the play. Like this play wouldn't happen at all. So like you can say that, you know, people are like, haha, double it, put Bang into the dumpster. But really what's happening is that both Anda and Huhi are like just doing stupid shit too. Granted, Bang didn't play this game that well either. But it's just like this type of stuff that's really frustrating to see. So, I mean, basically, like, they end up getting, what, 2 kills? They get a ton of plates because of this. And then what do they, what do they get as, like, a consolation? They get the Herald, which is... It took Sejuani, like, 10 years to do the Herald, so he's actually down tempo on top of that. Yeah, so Sejuani's going to do, like, red. He's going to path, like, the top. And now he has this 45-second window where he has to use the Herald to get the plates, or else it's not going to be an effective Herald. Because if you use Herald like before 14, but after 14 minutes when the plates aren't going to go off, then the Herald is like actually a big waste of gold. So I think he uses it top maybe, or is it? It's really he has to use it right now. Okay, so does he get the plates here? Yeah, so he gets the he actually gets the. Does that get the plates? Okay, good. So he actually gets the plates off. That's actually really important. But, I mean, still, like, he's leaving his bot out to dry in this situation, and he's giving up Dragon. So, I just don't like the way that they're playing the map here. They're just kind of, like, fucking their Victor in this situation, so. And then, yeah, so now, the real problem I have with the way they played the map on this is that Yorick is, I don't know if anybody's ever played Yorick or played with Yorick in solo queue. If Yorick is playing against like something that can not be dove, then it's actually really hard for him to auto the turret without getting fucked up. So that's actually like what's gonna happen is the Scion's just gonna like constantly clear these waves, and to be an effective split pusher, you have to be able to take the tier 2 and the tier 3 by yourself, or like with the trail, and I don't think that Yorick can actually do that against Scion. So that's one of the reasons why I think that Yorick is kind of like not the greatest pick. And I also think that just the way that they played the map in this situation, like I think Yorick could have been okay if like instead of like hard camping the Yorick lane and playing to the Yorick lane, they actually helped the mid and bot lane out to go even or get ahead, and then just let the Yorick stay 1v1 against the Scion and just get like solo split push pressure. But instead, like they just like tried to hard camp Someday's lane, which is just not correct in my opinion. Who can versus Scion? Take turrets? Not really that many. Maybe like Fiora when she's really fed, or like Riven. So, but those champions take a long time to come online. So, yeah. And then now they just have the situation where Urgot is like sitting in the side lane against Akali, and they have like Yorick trying to like get advantages in the side lane too. Said 100 Thieves only got 2 plates. Are you sure? Let's go back and see this. I want to see. I'm pretty sure he got the plates because it did the slam. It did the slam when so you see it slams at 13:59. So he got the one. It looks like he got the plates, so I'm pretty sure they got the plates. I'm pretty sure they got the plates there. But anyways, regardless, the plate, that doesn't really matter. So we'll go back to this situation that we're in. So I don't even really know. I'm pretty sure they got the plates though. Yeah, so now they have this situation where like Urgot split pushing, but it really takes Urgot a long time to take turrets. And Urgot can't get he can't get like plates again. He can't like take turrets against Scion. And then they also end up in this situation where they like, oh yeah, this is like the biggest blunder in the game. So they have this situation where they're fighting for Cloud Drake, and they leave Akali in the wait, how did Yorick die again? Sorry. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is how it happens. All right, yeah. You guys like made me get lost with the plating thing. I like forgot what the fuck we're actually looking at. Yeah, so they have Yorick up here pushing, and they TP Akali behind him and just like collapse on him and kill him. This is a really weird situation where Yorick is pushing this far up without having like pressure. So I want to explain this situation and why this is wrong. So generally with split pushers, and one of the reasons why 131 is actually so hard is because you have to have a balance of pressure in order for it to work out. So basically, in order for this situation to work out, the bot lane has to be pushed up in a way where it's equal to river, or uh, the mid lane has to be pushed up and they have to have priority. So if you look in this situation, the Victor and Braum can't actually get priority. Like you actually see, look where the Victor is in this situation. He's sitting under the turret, and the Sejuani's even walking into the jungle. So during this timing, what should actually be happening, instead of Yorick hard pushing all the way for the tier 2, he should be coming down the river and helping like clear out all this like vision that they have, like clear out any pinks that might be in the river. And also him walking down, this would allow Victor to push up and to actually crash this wave into the turret. And then they could division all of the shit around mid. And then once this is divisioned, and then the Victor is actually more safe to push up with the Braum and like actually pin double lift into the turret, or like do things and be a lot more proactive. And then it also would give time for Urgot to push out the wave. But because I don't know if this is like a communication issue or like a understanding thing from Someday, like you can just see like the map. It's kind of hard to see Urgot down here, but he's like right where my pointer is on the map. And it just looks like they don't actually fully understand how to do a 1-3-1, or how to set up the map to be played into a 1-3-1, or how to leverage side lane pressure, which is actually like really weird for me, because I used to talk to Someday a lot about this, like on Dignitas when I worked with him too. So this is just like a really weird look to go for this. And on top of that, like Braum is also on reset to try to set up for the dragon. So it just looks like they're not using their split push properly at all, and there's like no team cohesion with like what they're actually trying to do on the map. So if they had actually done this properly, then instead of like having that situation, all this vision would be cleared on mid, and then York could go safely to walk back top and like start pushing and do whatever he wanted to do. And then they could probably take this dragon, because Urgot would also be able to push this bot wave, and like he looks like he's gonna have the first move on pushing this. If you look where like Akali is on the map, like she's gonna come down here really late. So basically Akali would have be pinned into the turret by Urgot, and they would basically have 3 lanes of priority, and then they could just walk in and do the Cloud Drake or do whatever the fuck they want to do. So this is just like, I don't know, this is like really poor macro understanding in my opinion, and Someday is like the root cause of it in the situation, but it's also like probably poor understanding from like other people of like what they want to do. So yep. And then because of that, that decision basically loses them kill, they die, they lose I think 2 turrets top. Does he take 2 turrets in this situation? Yeah, he takes 2 turrets top as well. And then they also try to get like this wacky kill down here on bottom, and they don't kill anybody either. So I mean, pretty much from this point, like the game is over. So you can see how like Someday's one incorrect decision actually leads to them just like getting destroyed. I wouldn't say it's actually just Someday's decision, because I don't really know what the comms are. The biggest mistakes in this game were Huhi not covering the bot play and randomly wandering top, and Someday over pushing in the top lane before they, without divisioning mid or like waiting for bot Urgot to have priority. So it's actually what caused all this situation where they lose. And now the gold is, it's like 5,000 gold down. It's literally impossible for them to win the game at this point with the champions they have, in my opinion. Unless like Victor somehow gets some like crazy shutdown. So we'll see. This is like the shit that doesn't. The first death of Bang doesn't matter. Like that's. I want to explain. I'm gonna go on like a little rant here, but this is like what your average viewer he'll see, and they'll be like, "Oh man, Bang, you idiot! You lost the game." But like, I mean, granted, this is a stupid thing to have happen, but this death like literally has nothing to do with like why they lost the game. And then like people on like the broadcast will be like, "Oh man, double they put Bang in the dumpster. That's why TL won." But like this is like, I would say this is a contributing factor to 100 Thieves losing the game. Is I'd say it's as low as like less than 5% of the reason they lost this game. It's actually like that low of an impact in my opinion. Because I see in LCK like people die like doing stupid shit like this all the time. It's just a matter of like how you recover and how you play the map that's gonna fix that. So, just saying, man. But anyways, I think that's enough for this game. Because pretty much like those two decisions lost in the game, and the game's just over. So, we can go to the next game.